Hello guys, hope you are good and safe at your home. This is our first video lecture on AI and we are going to start our fourth unit of artificial intelligence, which is knowledge representation using predicate logic. Starting with that, in this unit we are going to use some standard symbols which are in that the first one, which is the arrow, indicate the material implication. The second one you represent not. The third one, that is V, represent or. The fourth one, inverted V, used for and. The fifth one, the inverted A, for all. The fifth one or sixth one, the inverted E, represent there exist. Okay, now we'll see how simple facts are represented. For representation of facts, we are having two ways of representation. In that, the first one is the propositional logic and the second one is the predicate logic. These are the ways of representing the real world knowledge for AI. First, we'll talk about the propositional logic. With the help of propositional logic, we can represent the real world fact as a logical proposition by writing a well-formed formula WFF. Okay, with propositional logic we can easily deal with the decisions and the procedures. Let's see how to write the form formula. Let's take an simple example. We have some set of sentences. In that, the first one we have is it is raining and it is represented by the keyword raining. The second one, it is sunny, it is represented by the keyword sunny. The third one, it is windy, represented by the word windy. Okay, now when we write some kind of deduction from above sentences, like it is raining then it is not sunny, this will be represented by the well-formed formula as like this. If it is raining then it is not sunny, it will be represented like that. The raining implies that not sunny. Okay, this is how your simple propositional logic can be represented. In this proposition we could conclude from the fact it is raining, the fact, and it is not sunny, the another fact. It is simple way to represent knowledge using propositional logic, but when we talk about propositional logic, it has some limitations of it. Suppose when we want to represent obvious fact stated by classical sentences, like Socrates is a man. Okay, it is represented by the keyword Socrates man. And the second sentence we are having is Plato is a man, and it is again represented by the keyword Plato man. Now see here, if we if this is going to be totally these both are going to be separate assertion, totally separate assertion for this, because we are not able to draw any kind of conclusion about any kind of similarities between the Socrates and the man. Okay, likewise in the previous example we are easily able to deduce some kind of relationship between the propositions, like raining and the sunny. In that, where our example was representing that if there is raining then it will not be sunny, but in this example we can see that the Socrates man is the one preposition and the second is the Plato is a man, so we cannot deduce from these two propositions. Okay, So we are having a new way, or the better way we can say that they can be represented so that we can draw some conclusion, and they can be so they can be represented as man in bracket Socrates, and the another sentence can be represented man in bracket Plato. So in propositional logic, the structure of representation reflect the structure of knowledge itself by using the predicate applied to the argument. Again, there is a difficulty in representation of equally classic sentences in propositional logic. Okay, thank you.